they've done the bands. They're doing picks. It's just like a spring cold thing. It's really annoying. No. That's who are the teams that are playing? I don't even know. Holy Trinity and someone else. Figure that out. Okay, let's start this thing. We can call Clan HS is the other one, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's yeah. I just closed it. I don't have an open right now. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, now it is. Yay! Okay. I think everything is working. Let's do this.
From their side, I don't see them. Like I asked them to invite me to the lobby, and they still haven't. So clearly they're waiting on something.
Okay, let's do this intro.
Okay, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals of the Direct Strike 3v3 Commander Tournament. My name is Synergy Gaming TV, and I am joined with Nova Insanity once again. Say hello to the fans.
Hello everyone. We're gonna get to see Direct Strike Commanders finals. It's gonna be very interesting, I believe. We're gonna see the best strats out of all the commanders, like the most synergy between them. And I'm really curious to see how Clan HS is going to do against Holy Trinity. We saw those guys last time, and it was a very close match, right? 4-3, very, very rivaled match. Let's see what we can get in the finals.
Absolutely. The comeback that Holy Trinity had was against Inflation was insane. Inflation takes the series originally 2-0, at the beginning, and we were both considering that Holy Trinity might not have brought their A game. Then they bring it up to a 2-2 in the series. Inflation takes one, and then Holy Trinity comes back winning 2 in a row once again. It was a crazy, bonkers series. I unfortunately don't have a whole lot of experience with Clan HS, other than seeing them in pub matches and things like that. So their group anyway. I'm not familiar with this team. I haven't had an opportunity to watch too much of them, but I'm very excited to see these grand finals. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of back and forth and a lot of, not just one-sided matches end in 4 minutes and that kind of stuff. So hopefully in the grand finals we should see some great stuff. We do have to my knowledge, the commander bans have been brought in. Stepman and Phoenix. What are your thoughts?
Really, Stepman and Phoenix?
Yeah.
Those are not the ones I thought that would get banned. I'm very curious that Phoenix got banned again. Very interesting. Last match, we were seeing a lot of the commanders that they were picking, right? And it was mostly, we saw a lot of Dahaka, we saw a lot of Raynor, we saw a lot of Alarak, but we saw a lot of Nova as well, Tanis, Tagara. Those are all commanders we saw, so I was expecting one of those to get banned. But those are the commanders. Now that they're not banned, and those are kind of the ones I'm expecting to see.
Right.
Kind of expecting to see Tychus as well. I would think so. Because he was not banned, and I think he's pretty strong. So I can't wait to see that guy. What these teams can do with a Tychus commander.
Yeah, I had. There we go, into the lobby. We had recommended doing commander bans between each match, but they've decided against that, so they're going to stick with these same bans, Stepman and Phoenix, for the whole series. I guess we're also playing on Team 2 right now. I'll play as Mansk.
Oh, that's not good.
Huh.
Maybe Cirilo can fix the lobby.
Yeah, that will need to be done.
You got this, Synergy. Wow, we thought they were gonna see you play.
Yeah, right?
Easy, right? You can beat these finalists, no problem. Right, Synergy?
Oh, totally. Absolutely. Mansk all the way, 100%. Yeah.
Pride of August grad all the way.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Three prides and it's over. It's GG.
Yeah, I'm to be honest, I'm really interested. Like the thing I'm excited the most about is like last time when we casted this finals, the loser bracket finals. There was a lot of synergy between the abilities that each commander has. Like we saw a lot of Sagara using being protected by Artanis' shield, and then using Frenzy to recover in a push. So I'm just kind of curious what kind of combinations we're gonna get in this long best of 7.
You know, I've been considering a lot of that myself, and I don't know enough to know what kind of weird, janky strategies. If they're going to go for all like the global abilities similar to that Artanis Zagara that we saw beforehand, or if they're just going to go for like raw DPS and try and get some Tychus in there for tanky and damage. It's gonna be interesting to see what strategies these guys do come up with. I guess we're not gonna see any Phoenix or Stepman though. So, any thoughts on the Stepman ban though? That seems very confusing to me.
I know as Kerrigan, it's kind of hard to beat Stepman, but besides that, I'm not sure what Stepman is actually good against. Like I've seen like the Stepman power occasionally where he goes like Ling Bane with the Gary, and the Gary just keeps picking all the Ling Bane and keeps throwing it back as units and just kills you and you're just dead. So I've seen that happen a couple times, but it feels like most commanders have a good chance against him. Like I would say, like we used to play Hand and Horner, and we would be super happy if we got a Gary, right? Because you're gonna get Vikings anyway. So you just get an excuse to get even more Vikings. Anything with a very good single target air damage is very good against Stetman.
Yeah. I know Manx Rocket
I'm not
Boys
sure there.
really good against Stetman.
Maybe someone in the chat can explain to us better why Clan HS would ban Stetman.
Yeah, we are on a 60-second delay. We've lowered it from the 120 seconds down to 60 seconds.
Is that the real Synergy Gaming TV?
I guess.
No, this is a fake one. This is one we got him out of Wish.
So Holy Trinity's on top. Clan HS is gonna be here.
Okay, here we go. So someone in chat said the side that bans Stetman wants to play Nova and Ava. Wait, Nova has a bad matchup against Gary? Really?
I didn't know
I
that.
thought the Goliaths are decent. No?
Sorry, I'm doing the overlay.
Thank you, Tris. I'll do my best.
Oh. Okay. Interesting lineups. Okay, I should have everything in order. Beaner dog. Hello, dog. Doggers comes to say hello to us.
I make it sound like Stetman is weak, which isn't the case. I will say this. When I was playing in tourney, one of my teammates was very good at Stetman. David Master, he was really good at Stetman. But we decided to go against it just because everyone in there was playing Tychus. Like, that tournament was literally everyone playing Tychus and... What's the other guy?
Gotta let dog
and
go
Hannon Horner. And Hannon Horner. And that was very bad against... Gary was really bad against those two. Okay, you want to do the intros?
Yeah. Sorry, I had to let the dog out. He just got up. Excuse me. All right, this is gonna be exciting. I hope it's gonna be exciting anyway. The last thing we want is some dud matches. The name Hey Randoms, that's Firestorm, right?
I don't think so. I think they're different people. I could be wrong.
All right.
I think they're different.
Hopefully I got everything on the right side. I'm pretty sure I do. Holy Trinity is subbing with a Clan HS guy? That's funny.
I mean, they're all Clan HS.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm
Weird.
pretty sure that's what they were saying, that Skippy, Basilisk, and the other guy, Firestorm, I believe it was, the other dude.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're all from the same clan. They, you know, the clan is just that good that they get first and second place.
Yeah, they did.
Almost
Yeah.
every tournament.
Just take it all.
Yeah. It's kind of like watching Cero play Zerg. He just, you know, he wins every tournament. It
He
is
does.
what it is.
He does. He does. Cyril's like a god when it comes to this game.
Yeah. Have you seen any of the matches these days?
Not recently, no.
Okay, it's a dream. Okay, no, never mind. Go on with the intro.
Yeah. Where's my screen thing here? All right, there you go, guys. Supersonic overlay. Let's introduce the players. Top right-hand corner, team number 1, Holy Trinity. Position number 1 is now Barcode. Who does Barcode represent? They're playing Vorazun. Skippy, position number 2, playing Dahaka. And Basilisk, playing Tychus. Bottom left-hand corner, the opponents, the original Clan HS. Position number 1, Hey Randoms, playing Nova. Position number 2 is CJO, playing Tychus. And Levedia, playing Raynor. So that's where we're...
So the commanders were kind of the ones I was thinking about more or less, right? Like we see a repeat of the commanders from last time, where Raynor is here again, the Haka is here again, and then we also get Nova, which was here again the other time. But now we get a lot of more Tychus, which, to be fair, like I said that we were probably gonna get to see Tychus. We get to see 2 Tychus, and the extra one is Vorazun this time. I don't believe we got to see Vorazun the other time.
No, if any, I think it might have been just one game, which went incredibly poorly, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. It looks like Hey Random's here just adjusting his defenses. Once again, for those of you guys that are new to Direct Strike, this is the perfect defense setup for your stuff. It's not in line with this. It's back 1 unit. That's how we do it.
Yeah, but he wants to change. He wants to move it right now. Move it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he really does want to move it. He doesn't want to let Nova use the snipe ability onto the Haka. Right. You have to move the cannon so that Nova focuses on the bunker and the bunker can kill her.
Exactly.
Okay, but now the matchup is revealed. It's the Haka against Tychus. That should be good for the Haka actually, because once you get those lurkers out, they can do a lot of damage against the Tychus.
Absolutely.
Raynor versus Tychus. Do you have any thoughts on Raynor versus Tychus?
It's gonna be it is one of those, in my opinion, where the Raynor could dominate if the Tychus doesn't build correctly. But you can also go the other way around, where Tychus could just steamroll Raynor in the right situation. So I think it's going to be an interesting matchup, in my opinion. What are your thoughts?
I'm not sure what Raynor can do to stop Tychus at all, actually. Tychus just feels extremely strong, especially after, like, think about what would happen before that matchup, right? It's the Haka against the Tychus. So if the Haka wins, then you're Tychus against a losing Raynor. Like, that's...
Yeah.
The Raynor's gonna be out of position. It's just gonna be completely awful. What I'm very curious about right now is, though, it's like the Nova opened Raven against Stalkers. So these Stalkers, this Nova cannot clear all these Stalkers. They're gonna stay alive.
Absolutely agreeing here. More Stalkers coming in here, doing lots of damage, trying to get that Raynor bunker in the front. And now we're just getting a big, huge push here from Holy Trinity right now. Not microing any of the Stalkers. They're just kind of going back on their own as they take damage. We're getting the free scan coming here from Raynor. And of course, Tychus comes in to wipe the field.
Nice Nova micro. The Nova was about to die. He switched to shotgun and moved away to evade the attack. It was very nice.
Oh, I didn't load. I didn't load the overlay. I did it and then I didn't save it. That's funny.
Oh, that's sad.
Rip,
okay.
Rip me.
Still no lurkers out of the Dahaka, so the Dahaka is going to lose. Now, there is one rattlesnake here with the army, and yeah, it's going to completely obliterate the Tychus. But that's not a bad thing, because the issue that happened last time was that the Stalkers died to the bunker, but if the Stalkers now can use the fact that they're behind, they can keep linking back, which is what he's doing.
Yep.
Try to stack with the Dahaka, but if that was their mission, I'm kind of confused as to why the Stalkers are front, while the Dahaka is at the back of the base. If they're trying to stack together.
Absolutely, that is a very good point. What he's referring to, guys, is the way that they're laying out their base here right now. You can see that both units both players are placing their units at the back, where in theory Tychus would want to place his units up at the front.
It depends on who wants to stack with who. And apparently, right now, the way they want to stack is the Tychus with the Dahaka. I'm actually not convinced. I'm sure what they're trying to stack right now. Because right now, the position they have is that the Stalkers will stack with the Tychus. But is that what you want?
I don't think so. I'm liking these Corsairs coming out here a little bit. They're doing some great absorption from the Nova Raid Liberators. It's going to keep them from sieging up, and they're just going to focus on a bunch of crappy air attacks. As you guys know, that the Raid Liberators have an incredibly weak anti-air attack, so they're not going to have that opportunity to siege up unless he manually micros them, which is what we're going to need to see here. Otherwise, those Corsairs are just going to basically absorb all the damage that they do.
Yeah, this early game is definitely gonna go in favor of the Warasoon.
And the big suck!
The way that Hey Randoms is playing this, he's just going Raven Lib. Those units are so freaking expensive. They're like 500 each.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of Stalkers.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for those Raid Liberators. I believe 525 for Raid Liberator, if I'm not mistaken. And 4 something for a Raven? 4 or 5? Yeah, something really high. 475, I think, for Raven. Yeah, very, very expensive. You guys notice here, too, they were using their defense actively, something that you don't see a whole lot in pub matches. Defense when it's being attacked, and the cannon or the bunker goes down here. Big push from Holy Trinity. When the bunker is, or the cannon is out of range from attacking, you want to move your defenses out of the way to attract the attention of the AI, but allow that cannon to fire. You noticed here that Clan HS was doing quite a lot of that there. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough to keep their cannon alive. Rattlesnake coming in here, going pew pew bang bang. Gonna take on that Dahaka.
Yeah, but here's the big issue now. The Dahaka is pushing into a Tychus, and like that's just so awful, right? For the Tychus, like you have to push into the impalers, but then the wave of these Rainer, just if you look at the base of Rainer, right? He's so spread out very nicely, very cute. Like it's a great spread, but when you're getting leaked, all those units are gonna get clumped up, so you're not really gonna get the best engagement.
Absolutely.
You're really depending on your teammates to push.
We are seeing a lot of Marauder, though, coming out of the Rainer. That was kind of what I was expecting. Just trying to get that tanky front line. When you're coming up against a Tychus, you just need to absorb as much as you can, and then maybe some dollar store tanks in behind. I don't think they have access to Spectres in this mode. I think they're only in the weekly brawl right now. I don't think they've been refined enough to be in here, but they would be a fantastic counter to a Tychus, for sure.
The Haka really needed to eat that Liberator, and it couldn't. It got picked out before the Liberator got caught. The Liberator was just chilling at the background, and now it is going to survive. There's nothing to attack it right now. It's already doing a lot of damage to the Tychus.
Excuse me. Nikita getting a lot of those heals in on those Rattlesnakes as they just go pew pew bang bang with their stim. Rattlesnakes are incredibly good at dealing armor damage. For those guys who don't know, it doesn't show down here, but it's, excuse me, I believe 40 damage regularly and then 80 damage against armored units. So when Rattlesnake is stimming, it's quite a lot of DPS. The Stalker's taking out those Raid Liberators, and we're getting a push back into the Rainer bunker.
Yeah, if you look at the Rainer army, there's barely any DPS. Like, it's Marauders and Firebats. So it has a lot of health. It's very tanky, but doesn't do a lot of damage. So the Tychus just has the Marauder heal, plus the Nakara. You're barely doing any damage to the Tychus.
Absolutely. Starting to see a lot more of the Lurkers coming out of Skippy here right now. He's trying to get a lot of that extra armor damage to take out all that Rainer tank bio that he's got going on here right now. And then, of course, the Tychus walking in here. We're starting to see... why so serious? AoE? No, he's using it for anti-air. We get the serious for the anti-air.
I like the spread coming out of the barcode, dude. Like, he's making sure to diversify into different units so that the Raven and Hunter Seeker missiles don't completely annihilate him. And he's trying to get a lot of NPR as well. I'm just not convinced why he's at the back still. I would think he would want to be at full front as possible to kill those libs as quickly as he can. Make sure none of those leak.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting setup. Holy Trinity in general is placing most of their units at the back. Not really focusing too much on stacking, I guess.
I think their main concern would probably be that they don't want to fight near the Nexus. They want to fight as far away from the Nexus as possible. So I think that's their main concern. I still do think you want to kill those Raven libs as quickly as you can.
Yeah,
like,
I would agree.
Just give them a couple seconds. Look at the amount of DPS that they have. Like, it's completely insane. All the Tychus heroes are just dying.
It is a very, very good counter to Tychus. Raid Liberators are incredibly powerful against single units. This Vorazun army putting in some serious work here right now. Raid Liberators go down to the Void Rays, and of course even the Sirius can't handle the damage from those Void Rays.
And you can see that he was trying really hard to protect the libs, but the barcode guy just has enough NPR.
Look at that swarm of Rainer units just sacrificing human lives like they don't even matter. And of course gonna deal... Wow. I was actually expecting those lurkers to do a lot more damage than they did. A lot of chat asking here if they should, if Holy Trinity should be gassing or not. I definitely would be, in my opinion. They've been on the offense for quite a long enough. If you're focused on the way that the regular 3v3 works and basically trying to justify the cost of a gas, trying to stay on the offense as long as possible, if you use that mentality, Holy Trinity definitely could gas again if they wanted to.
Yeah, but okay, so what do we need right now from the bottom team? What's their team name? NHS?
Yeah. I believe that's what they're going by for this one.
What do they need to come back in this game? And I think they need to push with libs and ravens and stack with the Tychus. But for that to happen, I think they're going to need defensive drones because it's their only global ability. So the Rainer scan isn't really going to help this that much. And Tychus doesn't have anything, so they're really just hoping that Hey Randoms can back those lib ravens.
Absolutely. He's got another Sirius here to try and take out those air units. Of course, though, we are just going to get the run underneath. And then, of course, the mass amounts of rattlesnakes are going to do some damage here. Cannonball getting a little bit of damage on that Nexus, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough either. I don't know if Clan HS can... When I look at the setups here, it makes me think like having the Tychus tank up. In theory, you could do like T3 Blaze and then wait for that Rainer wave to come in. And another big suck coming here. This is going to be detrimental to the Rainer. Lots of the bio units go down here.
That was such a good combination with the cannonball. Because he used the AoE on the vortex. That was really disgusting.
Definitely some team chat happening there, for sure. Synergy all the way. Oh, gross.
Oh, man.
Gross.
Basilisk killing all of the ravens. Only one left alive. And now this is just going to be very easy. Look at all the Void Rays against just Liberators.
Yeah.
It's naked Liberators against Void Rays.
Not good.
Not a spot you want to be in.
No, this is not a good situation here for Clan HS. I definitely think that things are going not well. Although we are getting a good push here from CJO. He's managing to hold in there. That's going to be my suggestion. Of course, you can see that the Dahaka here is protecting his Ravasors with Hydras in the front. So maybe adding in some more T3 Blazes to tank a lot of that damage should get the attention of those Lurkers. And then allow the Rainer to come in from behind and then add in a bunch of that DPS if he manages to decide to get any. Cannonball's doing a lot of tanking here. You could go Cannonballs in the front as well, I guess. I'm a bigger fan of the Blaze. T3 Blaze.
Leventia has such a big army. If you look at his base, his army is huge. There's tons of bio and different stuff, but Tychus just doesn't care.
It's true. It's true.
I don't know if you've had the chance to play Tychus in co-op games. I basically, whenever I play Tychus in co-op, I feel like I can solo the Brutations.
Oh, you totally can. You totally can. Tychus is super broken in the co-op for sure.
And then you get him with the ability cooldown, like 30%. Oh my god, it's just insane.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Pretty gross here. We're getting a straight matchup here. Raynor versus a Dahaka. There weren't any leftovers. And now we're starting to get a bit of a stack here with Basilisk coming in here. I'm not seeing this. Yeah, Raynor bio just melty.
Yeah, but look at Skippy. The Dahaka already has he's already starting to get creeper host while you're pushing. He's having the time of his life. He's like he's having a great day right now.
Yeah, just like, watch this, guys. Hold my beer. Blink forward there, micro. Mass blink forward to take out those raid liberators. This is not looking good for Clan HS here at the moment. Holy Trinity definitely maintaining map control here. We could see Barcode up there finally did get a second gas a little while ago. And of course, Clan HS staying on one gas right now. Pretty hard to gas when you're on the defensive. They haven't really gained any of that mineral advantage from holding mid. So it makes it very hard to get an economic lead here with, you know, trying to outgas your opponents. Raynor getting a really good push here, taking out those lurkers, then of course going to run headlong into the brick wall. That is Tychus. And everything's just going to go melty.
Some background information I think people would probably like to know about what's happening. So these Tychus players, right? If they could not be playing more differently. Like if you look at the upgrades, so for example CGO, he's bought no upgrade for the Nitara, while Basilisk has the super heal on 2 and the healing rate by 100%. And if you look at Basilisk, he bought both the big turret upgrades for the Sirius. And so it feels like Basilisk is playing really heavily, like with a lot of upgrades on his units, while CGO is just making the bare minimum he needs.
Yeah, it's again having that economic disparity here. One gas versus two gases, and then of course with Holy Trinity maintaining that mid control, having that economic lead is really allowing Holy Trinity to spend those extra resources. Basilisk is able to get the skills and abilities he needs on his Tychus units, versus CJO just doesn't have the affordability. Of course, though, he is getting more units, so he's kind of just trying to go for that HP rather than kind of beefing up his units.
Yeah, and to add more to that point, he's also getting he got +2 armor. CGO got +2 armor and +1 attack, while Basilisk only has +1 armor. So there's a huge discrepancy in the way they're playing right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just for those players that are thinking of playing Tychus, well, these are two variations that you get to see.
I haven't seen the Vega do a whole lot of good work yet, and the Hyperion comes in here.
Good Yamato on the creeper host. You can tell that was manually microed. Very nice.
Now, we determined the last time that we cast together that Hyperion gives an extra +2 damage. It's not range, right? When they get the upgrade?
+2 weapon damage, yeah.
Yep, gotcha. It's the August grad that gives +1 range. So, we don't have the upgrade yet for the Hyperion, but even still, it's just a great unit to have to stall if needed, right? It's just a big old sponge, can tank a lot of damage, deals out a lot of damage. I'm not sure it's going to make a big difference here, though.
Yeah, Sirius doesn't care about the Hyperion.
I was just going to say, I don't think he really cares. That's a lot of Void Rays.
He has the big turrets. He also has the Thunderbolt missiles so each turret deals 100 damage to 2 air targets. Plus the Sirius does 100 damage to air targets. So it's already like minus 600 if you really micro it. That makes the Hyperion almost at half health. It's so bad playing against Tychus, man. This doesn't feel like you can really come back against this. Makes it so strong. Look at that. And then he gets the Crooked Sam. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a... Basilic getting in that Crooked Sam. He's like, Hyperion? Nope. That's what that is.
Yep. Okay, the barcode dude is doing things good, right? He's not auto-blinking away from lips. He's blinking in manually. That's just so good. That's exactly what you want to do.
Absolutely.
And then you have all these Void Rays, completely snipe all these lips.
Oh,
The
gross.
creeper host count is starting to get to a point where they can basically just single-handedly start killing commanders.
Yeah, we're at that point. I don't know exactly what the answer is here. We can see that the waves have switched a little bit. Raynor is running headlong into the remnants of the Dahaka wave. Maybe some dollar store tanks might be good here, right? We've got even still, you've got the creeper hosts, which the tanks can deal a lot of damage to, and then of course you've got a bunch of the rattlesnakes and Sirius that are armored units as well. So dollar store tanks might not be a bad thing here. Clan HS is managing to hold off here. There hasn't been a solid attack on the Nexus just yet, although Barcode Man is starting to get a really good push here with his Void Ray count, starting to get a lot of extra bonus damage, but unfortunately here this is cleared out by CJO.
Okay, Falcon Pine. Sorry, I am not great with names.
Yeah.
I actually just read that it's called Basilic instead of Basilisk. I'm not sure why I always called it Basilisk.
I think I do it too. I said because English.
Yeah. Yeah, English. Like, there's not really an English word for Basilic, I believe, right? It's always Basilisk.
Yes.
It's like that thing where you just read the first letters and the last letter.
You just figured out.
You assume the word, yeah.
Yeah. Could be just a bunch of numbers in there, doesn't even matter.
Doesn't matter.
Chat saying 4 gas for the win. They're not wrong. If you can get 4 gas economy, you're in a good place. But we are starting to see Clan HS getting a little bit of a pushback here against Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
We're starting to get closer to that midpoint now.
But that's not a good thing. Like, that's actually a really bad thing, because the Nova doesn't want to face against the Vorasoon head on, right? Like, if they meet at the middle, the Vorasoon is going to completely destroy the Nova. Like, Nova cannot clear Vorasoon right now.
That is true.
She's always going to need to either stack at Nexus or get help from the Terran. So if they're just meeting in middle, that's exactly what Team Holy Trinity wants.
You were not wrong there. I was thinking more along the lines of getting that extra income from regaining mid again. But again, if your matchups end up changing once again, then it'll just push right back to the Nexus. Anyways, as you had suggested.
Yeah, they really need to stack in Nexus. I think it's one of their only chances, but we're already at 24-minute marks is the issue. We're 20 seconds away from 25 minutes, so we're gonna get all the units just being faster and faster.
Right, yeah, as we start hitting the T4 upgrades.
Yeah, these Void Rays are doing a lot of damage. They're so sweet.
Oh, that's professional.
What do you think about Vega against the Haka?
Well, I was thinking about that. There's not a whole lot of units to mind control that are really going to change the game. I mean, Vega, you have the bonus damage against light units, I guess. Not super great, in my opinion. I did see the Vegas pulling a lot of the air units down to the ground on the other waves, which is, of course, incredibly beneficial, but I don't see... Not at least at this specific moment. You get like a... you know, an Ultralisk or a Tyrannosaur or something like that, mind control that bad boy is a pretty good idea. But I don't see any units right now that are very beneficial to mind control at the moment.
that's actually I'm glad that you brought up the point that the Vega can put all the units to the ground, because then the libs can shoot them. So maybe that's the strategy there.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed that a few times already. With I was like, why is there a Vega here? There's like no units to take. Like, why would I do that? And then I realized when you pull them out of the ground, and then the raid libs can just annihilate them. That seems to be a pretty good strategy here right now.
Yeah, there's really not. The Vega is not in range to mind control anything good. It doesn't even reach the Impalers.
No. No, not a super good matchup there specifically. Dahaka, of course, getting incredibly tanky here right now.
When I play Nova, I do like playing Bio. I like to keep middle for a little bit.
Nova Marines are OP.
Yeah, I really like Nova Bio, at least at the beginning. They're really good value units.
Yeah, I agree.
So I was kind of curious to see how the libs at the beginning were gonna go, but they kind of went exactly as I expected, where just Stalkers and Void Race are gonna clear them, so you never really get the staff.
Right.
Oh, and the Nexus is gonna die. Yep, it goes down. Basilisk gets the job done.
There we have it, boys. GG. Holy Trinity takes game number 1. Ah! My camera disappeared there for a second. Man, very interesting game. Actually, this is the first time I've seen Holy Trinity play where they have managed to maintain the offense. Typically, they have a struggle on their first couple games, and then they come into it later. So this is really cool to see Holy Trinity really get that synergy rocking off early. What are your thoughts on the match?
On the match that just happened?
Yeah.
I was like, it felt like Holy Trinity was more prepared for what happened. I feel like Clan HS, they tried to go for a stack, but it never worked. I'm not sure how strong really the libs are. Like, if I'm sure he's played against Nova a ton of times before, right? Like, I'm sure that this is not the first time that the Nova plays against Lorsoon.
Right.
So I wonder if he has done Raven Lib and has worked for him before. But that did not look like it was the strat to go for.
Yeah, it looked a little bit kind of deprived there. Again, though, Raid Liberators against Tychus units is incredibly strong. I don't know if the Ravens with that was the right choice. So how long do we think is going to be in between these matches? They're not doing any commander bans. They're going to keep the same bans. So hopefully, after they finish yelling and screaming at each other, then decide what they want to do. We don't need to change servers, right? We're not doing like any NAEU shenanigans, SEA, any of that stuff.
Sorry, I was reading up through a lot of shots. Say that again?
We're not changing servers, right? I believe we don't need to.
I think we are trying to get that information from the players. Like, okay, yes, we're changing servers.
Okay.
But I believe we're only going to change servers once.
So do I need to change? Do I need to change now?
Yeah.
Blightstar in chat. Who said today that Stalkers sucked? I don't think anyone said that, did they?
No. Stalkers are amazing at the early game. They're so sick.
I'm a big fan of Alarak Slayers. Big fan of those bad boys.
Oh yeah. If they were cheaper, they'd be so sick.
Yeah, 135 seems like a lot. Or 130.
Plus, it feels a little bit anti-synergy with the Alarak. Because if you want to blink your Stalkers back, then
everything else
Alarak
gets
is gonna go
annihilated.
back. Yeah. So that feels a little bit awkward.
I'm having an issue connecting to Blizzard. Oh. Yay! Okay, you can invite me again. I'm surprised there wasn't a Tychus ban, to be honest.
I mean, there's two approaches you can do, right? Like, you can either ban him or play him yourself. And I think most of the teams that get to the finals are going to be players that say, like, nah, I'm the best Tychus player, right? Like, they're going to have that aura of confidence. You're like, I'm not going to ban the best thing. I'm going to play the best thing.
And then ban the counter.
Against it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
They'd rather play that mirror match all day, every day.
So then why ban Phoenix? Why not just play Phoenix? I don't think Phoenix is that good. I don't understand the ban. In my opinion.
I've seen Phoenix do crazy things, because the thing is, like, the Phoenix commander himself, like, you can get him on probably second wave, the latest, and then you get a Phoenix, right? And that Phoenix has the potential to just win those 2 waves. Like, he's so good that he can probably win 2 waves by himself. So that already pushes you ahead in the early game. And then you have the Arbiters later. Those are pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, he's hard to play. He's really hard to play. Or at least I don't know how to play him.
Yeah, maybe I'm just playing him wrong. That could very well be. That could very well be. Absolutely. Are we switching sides with the teams? I would assume we are.
I think they already started the lobby.
Hey, Beaner Dog. Hey, Beaner Dog, what are you doing? All right. Chat seems relatively excited. Everyone's like, go Nova, go. I really like playing Nova. I thoroughly enjoy Nova.
Oh, those are all the standard players. They're here cheering us on.
Oh, right on.
I like Nova as well. She's such a good commander. Because when I'm playing standard, right? Like, usually you play a lot of bio Terran. Like, Terran is just so good. Like, you always need a Terran in your team.
Mm-hmm.
And usually you're either playing bio or libs or BCs. And Nova kind of feels like that a little bit.
With super ranged tanks, which I love.
Super ranged tanks. She has the really fast libs that they can siege really fast.
Yeah.
And she has bio.
Yeah, I really, really like Nova Marines. Like, a lot. They are very, very good. Very, very good. Micromanagement, T3, GG.
Okay, so we have comments on the chat that's saying, same thing, the team that banned Phoenix wants to play Nova Aba.
Yeah.
But no Abathur just yet, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna see him very soon.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. There's been a lot of Abathur play, even in pub matches recently. Considering, if I'm not mistaken, Abathur got a nerf not too long ago. A lot of the, was it the Leech that got nerfed? Used to be like 50% damage, came back as HP, and now it's only 10% or something like that. There's a nerf to Abathur not too long ago. But I see a lot of Abathur picks right now. A lot of Abathur picks. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see it this tournament.
Let me see, I'm looking at the latest patches. Biomass cooldown for charge decreased.
That was a buff. That's a big buff.
That's a buff. Devourer corrosive acid cooldown reduced from 30 to 15 seconds. That's a buff.
Maybe it was a previous patch.
It's like a pretty old patch. Okay. Starting biomass increased from 0 to 1. Guardian biomass cost reduced from 5 to 4. Devourer cost reduced. Viper cost increased. Where's the nerfs? I only see buffs.
Huh.
Ravager biomass cost reduced from 5 to 4.
Yeah, that was a huge buff. So maybe that's what it was, because I'm pretty sure the patch before that, they just nerfed Abathur into the ground, and then everyone's like, well, this commander's garbage. So it's looking like
Oh, I see. Okay.
they fixed some stuff.
Ravager cost increased from 190 to 225. That is pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Lifesteal reduced from 50% to 10%.
Yeah, that was another one.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest nerf.
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining. They're like, well, this commander's trash now.
Really? Just for the biomass lifesteal. But they made everything a lot cheaper though. That's
Yeah. Yes.
but still, I think from what the Abathurs we were saying, this it was a bunch of queens on biomass.
Yeah, you see that still quite common. A lot of queens pumped up. Makes a very, very tanky wall. Can be difficult to deal with early game. We've said this is best out of 7 too, right? Yes.
Well, this is the grand finals. It is a best of 7, yes. No special tricks. It's just a simple best of 7. Whoever wins is the champion, and whoever loses is from the clan that is the champions.
Yeah, so it makes no difference.
I mean, the clan is celebrating tonight either way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they all have their martinis today.
Absolutely. Now, I know that we've been talking with our tournament organizer, and I am like 90% sure the next tournament is going to have commander bans between every game. They'll be able to rechange their commanders. I think that's a rule he's going to put in. This one today was voluntary if they wanted to, since none of the other games were. But in the next tournament, I believe that's going to be a thing. So we're going to see a lot more diversity and thought going into commander bans between matches. All right, they're staying ready. Into the lobby, looking like they've got everything figured out. I'll remember to upload the proper overlay this time at the start of the match instead of later.
They haven't invited me yet.
That's because nobody likes you.
Yeah, apparently. Commanders
were
players just don't like me.
Don't have Nova added. I have you added, don't I?
Wait, who doesn't have me added? I have like half the players.
Random people doesn't.
Let's see.
Okay, so I was right. They did move their people around, so that's good. Move the teams around. Let's see who they decide. Would have been nice to have band changes. Like I said, I made this really nice overlay for them, and it's super like easy to do. And now I don't get to use it. Big sad.
You really want a different band song.
Yeah. Well, and it makes the games a lot more diverse too. You tend to see a lot of the same commanders without it. This way, other teams can like mess stuff up if they find out they have a really good synergy and they can't counter it. You just boom, ban hammer, done. Come up with a new strat.
To be fair, we have seen a little bit of like they pick different commanders every game. I'm pleasantly surprised about that. It's not like they've been picking the same 3 commanders over and over again. They do spice things up a little bit. So I have been like for example, if I talk to you about standard, right? It's usually if the team is all 3 Terrans, then it's 3 Terrans 7 times in a row. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Which, that's what I would do, because Terran is OP. In my opinion.
In standard?
I think so.
Pretty good.
That's this team here.
Maybe the Nova player is new. No, I'm pretty sure I've seen him win. Like these guys get to tourney finals every tournament, so I'm pretty sure they know something.
All right, just waiting on Clan HS now. I've got Holy Trinity in. Okay. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow,
Hyperion is too expensive.
I don't know about that. It gets cheaper as the match goes on.
It's a little bit expensive. You have to do nothing for a turn or two to get him out.
Yeah, I don't. Seems okay to me.
I don't know. Like, there's a thing where, like, if you're trying a stack strategy, right, and it never works, everyone's like, "Oh, that stack is so bad. Like, what are you doing? That's awful, bro." And then you win, like, then you come back at the game. It's like, "Oh, why isn't everyone doing that stack?" It's a very fine line between a stack being like absolutely amazing, busted, broken, great,
Yeah.
and then just being absolutely awful. I think we might have witnessed that just now.
Yeah, it's looking like Clan HS might be making a change here. They haven't provided their commanders to me yet. There we go. Got it. Yeah, it might have been a last minute figure out. All right, we can go anytime now. Yeah, we're ready. We can go. And it needs to move over to here.
Well, thank you, Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyajin!
Yeah, definitely Synergy putting a lot of time up front to make up all these overlays and making sure that we have a nice casting experience.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate the comment very much.
Yep, all I have to do is show up and talk. I get the easy job.
Yeah, but it's nice because then while I'm doing all the administrative stuff on the back end, you can entertain the viewers for a little bit. It's better than me trying to like stutter while I'm clicking and typing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, solo casting is just not as easy. Not as easy.
No, agreed.
I'll let you do the intros.
You got it, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 of the 3v3 Commander Tournament Grand Finals. We have switched positions. Top right-hand corner, Team Clan HS. We've changed the name. LGBTQIAA alphabet person playing Dahaka. CJO playing Carix, and Lavetia playing Abathur. As we were just talking, in the bottom left-hand corner, their opponent's Holy Trinity, Skippy playing Minsk. We've got Basilic playing Tychus, and Firestorm playing Artanis.
A lot of different commander picks this time around, so very interesting. I can't wait to see what we're gonna get out of the Minsk. I know you like that guy a lot.
Yes, I did see that. I forgot to change the overlay, and I did all that nice big intro. Ripperonis.
Well, we're gonna get to see Mengs play, which I think that's gonna be very interesting. Mengs against Dahaka. I'm not sure who's favored there. Carix versus Tychus. That's not that bad, right?
Meh.
You just make a lot of mortals and micro correctly.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do. I'm a big fan of the Manx versus Dahaka. I think, in my opinion, Manx crushes that lineup. It's not good early game, obviously, because Dahaka just eats whatever Royal Guard you decide to put out there. But after that, and you get multiple Royal Guards, Manx can just kind of crap all over a Dahaka, in my honest opinion. Good micro there, though, with the jump. Jumping over there, taking out those words. LMG boys, they do a lot of extra damage there, with the Flame Boys not doing quite so much. This is a really big push here right now. Starting to attack that cannon already. Shields down 1/3. All right, get your defenses down, boys. This isn't standard. Come on now.
Yeah, Carrick gets the cannons for free, and Sagara gets some stuff for free as well.
Yeah, and we're not seeing any of it just yet. I don't know if I agree with Firestorm's positioning of his cannon there. That seems... Yeah, that's not good. He needs to move that. There he goes, and he moves it. Primo. Well done. Chat saying there's ABBA. Yep, that is true. Everyone's like, Scene! No, where's the game? Scene! Sorry. All right, a lot of more LMG boys here, which is not gonna work.
Those Primal Zerglings, man, they're really strong. 90 HP on each one?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Plus 10 damage per attack? That's pretty crazy.
What do we got going over here? Just getting some extra vision. He's flying around the map here, just scoping things out.
Yeah, there's nothing really happening yet. Like, everyone just scanned. Like, so they whoever wanted to gas. The others are just waiting for their team to do something.
Yeah, actually, CJO has no units. He's AFK.
This is basically a 1v1, and the other two players are just watching.
Yeah, one of the big things with the Manx, though, obviously we're not seeing any of that at the moment, though. It's incredibly important that you utilize your opportunities at Royal Guard. It's very important you get the right ones, because you spend all that money and all that XP, and then you get the wrong Royal Guard, and then it sucks.
Okay, we got the Super Troopers fighting against Hydras and Ravissors. It's pretty close. It's like
Almost.
the Super Troopers are gonna win. Almost.
I've never heard him called that, but I'm going to call them that from now on.
Okay, then we got the Immortals. Immortals are pretty good, man. They're so freaking good. Like that Shadow Cannon ability.
Yeah, that burst
Insane.
damage is disgusting, and it cannon goes down! Clan HS gonna get that 125 mineral bonus here right off the bat.
Yeah, and then it's Dragoon follow-up, so the Immortals are gonna be trading against that afterwards. Oh my god, it's so nice.
This is not looking good. Vile Roaches, very good. Their slow is disgusting.
They popped a shield here.
Probably to try
They
and get the
really-
waves to line up again would be my guess.
Yeah, they really want to beat this, but can Skippy get the job done? Is he gonna be... I don't know if he can clear this.
Rava's really damaged Fire Boys. But then Super Troopers coming in here.
Yeah, but the cannonball catches up. He gets the stun. Now they have a lot of extra Marines.
Great micro there from CJO, though. Deciding to use the burst on the Tychus units and leaving the cannonballs alive. I like that. Good decision.
Yeah, but look at the Bobs, though. The Bobs already have the critical response system, so when they're gonna die, they revive.
Yes.
I don't think Immortals can beat those cannon Bobs.
Not unless you do them in
Cannonball.
waves. I guess you would have to like have enough of them where you could burst it down, pop the shield, burst the other one, and then yeah, you'd need a lot.
Yeah, while you're doing that, you're gonna get stacked.
Yes.
You're gonna get stunned. Sorry.
Yeah, it would be kind of gross. Muta is detrimental to Super Troopers. Not a good situation here for the Manx. Gets absolutely just destroyed, and I don't agree with the positioning of that Aegis Guard.
I really like the Mutas. It forces Firestorm in a really uncomfortable position. He's making Reavers, and the Mutas just make him do Phoenix. And Phoenix, they're not that good, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Their cooldown for their lift, too, is quite high. So they're not nearly as viable. It's actually disgustingly high. If you watch it here on the screen, you can see the cooldown slowly starting. They basically get one lift and then nothing. I'm not seeing any tier 2 from the Mansk yet, which you want typically early so that you can get your super Rocket Boy bunker, because that is by far the best anti-air in the game. Hands down.
The Swarm Host is still alive. He's taking damage there from the Aegis Guard.
Oh.
Got to spawn like 4 waves of Locust. That is so good.
Yeah. This is not a good situation to be in here right now. Mansk is getting absolutely dominated by this Dahaka round right now.
I didn't know the Locusts from the Swarm Host don't get their biomass upgrade when the Swarm Host dies. That was very interesting. I didn't know that. That's new to me.
Oh, that's new to me as well.
Yeah, the Swarm Host has biomass, but the Locust didn't spawn with the biomass because the Swarm Host died.
Well, this doesn't look good. Holy Trinity. I really want to see more Mansk, but I don't know if we're going to see more Mansk. Aegis Guard really good against this Abathur wave, though. As long as they are in the back row and they don't get slowed, they should do relatively well. Yeah, and then, of course, one gets eaten. Triple Cannonball. Basilic just going for that serious defensive lineup here. That might be enough to stall. That's a lot of HP.
Yeah, the Bobs are so good against Carrix, but if you're getting leaked, then what can you do?
Yeah, Muta, Reaver, ugh. This is just a gross matchup in my opinion.
I like the Reavers, but how good are they against Muta Swarm Host? And it looks like the answer is very good because he just almost cleared Levetia? Not sure how to pronounce that name.
I think it's
But the
Levetia.
Swarm Host... Levetia, okay.
Yeah.
But the Swarm Hosts are still here. And now you get the Carrix global ability, the Purifier Beam, and that just completely resets everything.
Yeah, if those, I can see the Reavers now as well. If the Reavers manage to live, they're going to be in here to help that Mansk wave. We're starting to get a bit of a stack here. Reaver's going to be on the field. We had a Dragoon there as well. And of course, Mansk tanks. Mansk tanks. Get on it. Siege Breakers, best unit in the game. No BS.
First carrier is out. What do you think about carriers?
In my opinion, as a non-Carax player, they are, in my opinion, and watch chat just go raging. I find they're a lot more of a support unit than they are a DPS unit because they have that ability to do the mechanical repair and things like that. I don't think massing carriers, in my opinion, is as good as other commanders, but having that extra little bit of support to get some repair on your units while you're fighting, they're a great addition to any army.
Well, I think the carriers are really strong, but when you have them with no attack upgrades, they're kind of useless. So they're one of the units that benefit the most from attack upgrades. They really need those attack upgrades. It sucks a little bit that all of his teammates are bio units, so the carriers won't really heal anything except themselves.
Ooh, lots of lifts.
Yeah, but how strong is just lifting units? Like, you're not killing them, you're just
just getting them out of the way, and especially when he doesn't have any units to back up the lifts, right? We're seeing a lot of Reaver. I would, in theory, think a lot more Dragoon would be better. There it is, GG!
Yeah, between the carrier and the Annihilators, the Annihilator just used all their ability on the Nexus, and then the carrier locked on it, and it's a done deal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Clan HS manages to take that one. We are now at a 1-1 split in this series. Yeah, that went to be about as expected. I am very shocked we didn't see any shock division from the Manx player. That is typically like the go-to, the bread and butter. They do an obscene amount of damage to anything armored, which is a vast majority of the units.
I don't think he was trying to stack. He was trying to push, but just never quite worked for him. It seemed like even though he was trying to push as hard as he could, the Hacker was just one step ahead every time. And then the only time that they actually got that where they were going to push, then they got killed by global abilities.
Right.
Yeah, having access to both Carrick's and Abathur's global abilities is really nice for the team. Because you get the Purify Beam, which just resets a stack. And then you also get the healing from Abathur. It just adds a lot of sustain.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to assume they're switching sides every game. Okay. Hopefully we're not switching servers once again. How long is the delay? Used to be...
You think we're... Sorry, what?
Sorry.
I wonder if we're gonna get to see that Sagara or Tannis combo this time.
I was thinking the same thing. All right, we are in again. Did they mean to invite us?
I joined.
Okay, so we're in the lobby. It's looking like they are not switching sides. That is NHS over here. Charity will be there. You need a bathroom break. That's the worst when you're doing the pee dance and you're trying to play. Or cast. All right. Yeah, I think that was a very interesting match here. Clan HS really turned it around. They're like, all right, enough of that shenanigans.
Clan HS really showed there that, you know, they're not just gonna roll over and die. This is gonna be a match. It's gonna be a proper best of 7. We're gonna get some proper good games back and forth between the teams. It's not that they're just worse than the other team. Pretty sure they play in-outs all the time together, and all these players know each other.
Yeah, and so you'd be able to predict strategies and kind of weird things like that. And be like, oh, I've seen this before. Oh, I've seen this before. So then you get the countering of the counters that counter the counters, and then the builds get all wonky, and then...
Yeah, then you get all the mind games.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Chat was saying there, Reavers are very strong.
Here.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say there's a lot of more mind games in Commanders, just because of all the amount of commanders you can pick.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The players were requesting we go up to a 3-minute delay for strategy, and I said I can't do that unless we stop the stream. And I really want to just do a solid stream. It's not, we don't really show the bases that much either, so it's not a whole lot of... we keep the camera in the middle, so in terms of strategy, they see basically what we see. In terms of that, they can't, you know, there's nothing, we're not really revealing what they're building for the next wave, not very often anyway, it's very rare. Most of the time the camera's just in the middle, so it shouldn't make much of a difference that way.
I need a 1 second break. I'll be back.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so looking like they're still trying to figure stuff out here. I'm glad you guys are liking the overlay as well. It took me many hours of making it. I made this really interactive and intuitive commander ban thing, and now they're not using it, so that's really disappointing. I was expecting... So when I cast and commentate Forts games as well, you guys can see that on the YouTube channel, Synergy Gaming TV. When I cast Forts games and they do their playoff matches, they pick a different commander and commanders and bans every game. So I thought naturally that would be the same in this, right? You would ban a commander, a certain commander every game. The mind games that come with it are quite good. If you have some really good synergies that you're playing up against, you can just ban one of those commanders to kind of ruin their strategy. Or you can have really good synergies with your team and then ban anything that counters it. So there's a lot more mind games when it comes into commander bans, and I definitely think that we would see a lot more diversity and a lot more interesting gameplay coming from the teams if they were to change the bans between every match. Now, one of the concerns was it was going to add in a bunch of extra time in between the matches, which is not good for us when we're live. Obviously, we want these to be as quick as possible because stalling for time is always difficult. But so far, it seems to be not too bad. The last game went relatively smooth in between matches. Looking like Holy Trinity here, trying to figure out exactly what their picks are going to be here. Nova Insanity has returned. Super Saiyan, thank you for the follow, my man. We'll get Nova's face back here on the stream. Yeah, so we're just talking about commander bans while you were gone and the interactions that they can provide between matches, and I was comparing it to how Forts works.
Oh yeah, what about it?
I was just saying that you can either ban a commander that interrupts your strategy that you want to do, or you can ban a commander that disrupts their strategy that they want to do. So you can play reactive or preemptive if you so choose, which I think adds a lot more diversity into the games, and you can see a lot more mind games than we're already seeing because of that.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say though is like if they have the option to ban multiple commanders.
No, it would only be one commander, but it would change every game.
Yeah, change commanders between games. It makes it a lot harder for the players. Like, let's say it's already hard as it is. Like, okay, so Kerrigan is my best. Let's pretend Kerrigan is my best. And like, I have to know at least like 2 or 3 or 4 commanders to be able to play really well.
Yeah,
So it makes it a little bit harder.
I would agree with that. But these guys are tournament
viewers, though.
These guys
it's fun to talk about.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But these are tournament players, so. Is it 3 minutes now? No. For that, we were saying.
Okay, Cirilo really wants a 3-minute delay. And I'm pretty sure we have to oblige here, Synergy.
Okay, then I won't argue.